And good morning, everybody. Welcome to a thunderous Throwdown Thursday. It's going to be tremendous, as a matter of fact. It is one of those lovely days as we start to warm up around the country and we get lovely gifties from our wonderful friends like Ruby Hoo with a Culture Casino gifty. And, of course, our friend, the Smokin' Man, Cash Kester, dropping... Does that really say 10 Culture Casino memberships? My goodness. Holy cow. Look at all those names go green. Cash. That was glorious. 10 gifties for everybody out there. Look at that. Amazing stuff. Amazing. And look at that. Texas follows up with another extraordinary amount of generosity. 5 more Culture Casino gifties. I can't even do it. It's too early in the morning. Anyway, good morning, everybody. It is going to be a great day. It is February 19th of 2026. Yeah, we're already 2 months in, folks. So we're about to close out February. Magical thing this year on the end of the month. At the end of the month, the planets will align in a straight line. Or maybe it's happening soon. It's happening. But I'm looking forward to seeing that phenomena. Yeah, I get to say another great word. Phenomena. You guys are so generous in the morning. Look at all the great people out there. Just Jay is out there. Good morning. Good morning to you. Caledon 910. Caledon 910. Radio station. That's right. AM. Good to see you. Snakes is here today. And so is Penny. Saying hi to Davina Duckworth, who's here all the time. Thank you so much, Davina. Soda-Poopus Cuber, our favorite polar bar. And, of course, the very lovely Georgia Peach. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Our wrenches are out there in the world. For those of you who misbehave, you might be on the wrong side of a wrench. That's right, because Jill runs a tight ship. So does Ms. Pitt Cafe and Juliet all the way across the pond. And she's still working hard to make sure my channel is protected. You guys, I appreciate you. For all the other wrenches out there, you mean the world to me. We got people over on the green machine, though. Cat Slave, of course, with Ms. Pitt Cafe handling wrench duties over there. And the beautiful Deeple 101. Corporeal Being is hanging out over there. And Crazy White Boy, who's lurking and working. A lot of people having coffee talk this morning. So there's that. Dr. Jill does double duty, as a matter of fact. I think, it's kind of fun. We've got, Jonathan Conroy is back. Good to see you. And so many more. You guys, I love it. Last 30 seconds. Okay, we got a few more than 17, but one of them is important. So that'll roll into bonus time. We're going to do our very best. There's a cult out there tripping out. Yeah, they are. I don't know. Heaven's Gate? I don't think they're around anymore. I don't even remember what their thing was. Hey, Walter Tomaszewski's out there. All right. Yeah, we're going to talk some Prince Philip. In fact, it's our breakout headline start-off story. So stick around. Because 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whatever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in, and I appreciate all of you that are here. We've got Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. That's right, Prince Andrew, in normal parlance, arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. King Charles says the law must take its course, as he was led away in 6 automobiles, and his palace grounds and other locations are currently being searched. He did some very bad things when he was in contact with the island boy, and that did not work out well for him. This guy has been a problem for the crown for a long time, and his mother was quite embarrassed. The fact that the king is taking this more seriously this go-around means that they have a lot to go on, which is not good news for him. Kristen Bell is joining the Sonic the Hedgehog cast. That's right. She was going to be in number 4 at Paramount. So, yeah, she's going to be voicing, I forget which character, Amy Rose. So that'll be a lot of fun. For those of you that are Sonic fans, I think you're going to get a kick out of her. She's great talent and great vocal talent. We've got Bad Bunny. He's loved. He's beloved. Hollywood beloves him. The Super Bowl beloves him. People don't really beloved him. Some do, just not that many. He's going to be he's going to be a lead role in a movie that's set in Puerto Rico called Puerto Rico. Edward Norton and Javier Bardem. Well, we'll have to see if it's something worth watching. The only time I've ever seen him on screen was in the Sony film Bullet Train, and he didn't have enough time on screen to make a mistake in that one. So there's that. Berlinale chief of the film festival in Berlin, Tricia Tuttle, talks about free speech and the politics and a festival under pressure has taken on a life of its own. Yeah, they're trying to, push her around and many others to encourage reporters to ask politically driven questions, even though the actors want no part of it. And she kind of snapped back at him, a little bit of backlash at him, and told the journalists that this is not a political place. This is a film place. But hey, this is going to be a battle. It's going to be interesting. We got our friends over there at Disney, touting that the Predator Badlands film premiere on Hulu was the best numbers since Prey, with nearly 9 million worldwide views, trying to artificially lift up this franchise. I think about 9 million people took a look, but they don't say if they watched the entire film. It's pretty easy to walk away from. Stephen Colbert unaired James Tallarico interview hit 7.3 million views on YouTube. Did a video on this. I'm not sure if it's released as of yet. If not, this will be coming up just a little bit later today. I've got videos coming out of my ears the next several days, so keep an eye on the channel. We've got John Malkovich boarding Prime Video's drama Bishop. He's going to be playing the father figure to Joel Kinnaman's lead character in this, and I'm kind of interested in this. We'll have to see. Most of the series that Kinnaman is in are very good. He's a very good actor, and so is obviously Malkovich. Warner merger battle. Netflix needs to take more action to prove that it loves movie theaters, says the Cinemark CEO. And he's not wrong. They really should. Right now, I think that's going to be the biggest holdback at not only the legislative level, but also at the regulation level. And Netflix has always disdained theaters. I wonder if you guys noticed that. Savannah Guthrie's mom is still missing, and why the sheriff in the case has become the internet's punching bag, because he's got nothing. He's got no results. He moved too slow. He asked for help too late from the FBI. And this is going to get weirder because I have a story in bonus time that's going to dive deeper into this, I think. We're going to investigate it together. George R.R. Martin's Game of Thrones play is going to open at the Royal Shakespeare Theater. The Mad King will premiere there. That's coming up soon. Public health and green groups are suing the EPA because they want a chance to try to, whine more about climate change. And, there was a repeal of the rule that allowed them to have any kind of authority at all. Zuckerberg quizzed on kids' Instagram use and social media trial. Yeah. And how it's addictive. Yeah. Also true. Look, everybody gets dopamine hits, and it's more impactful on young minds. NVIDIA led the stock market yesterday in a nice little bounce back, despite the fact that the AI bubble is still something people are looking carefully at. Gabon suspends access to social media so that, he doesn't get criticized for his crackdown on anything else. We've got UK economy subdued at the end of 2025. Not good news for our British friends. But that weighted on the budget uncertainty and business and consumers. That's basically everything, unfortunately. DoorDash sees strong quarterly growth in sales and orders, but warns of big costs and people staying away from the service a lot lately. And finally, wrapping up on a positive note, our bear news of the day. That's right, and that's not it. I hit the wrong button. There it is. Canadian tourists caught on camera inching too close to wild black bear in photos. Here they are. Guys, don't do this. If you come across a bear, leave it alone. If it's in the frame with you within 5 or 6 feet, you could die. Don't do that. Don't do that. We should have a whole thing, like a story that I could go through to just say, don't do that. Don't do do that. All right, well, let's get into the bonus time that I wanted to. That I kind of flashed the story up on the screen, but I find look, this whole thing with Nancy Guthrie has been kind of sus as far as I'm concerned. I don't know about you guys, but when I look at things and I try to look at them in a vacuum, I'm like, how is this like questionable? Why is this questionable? Why am I asking a question um, about this? Why am I concerned with how things are being done? Well, in this particular situation, we didn't know this. Savannah Guthrie reportedly played a kidnapping game when she was a child. This is something that broke yesterday. I think many have now started to cover it, including Megan Kelly and others. But it's going to start making its way around, and we're going to have to start talking about it. And of course, there's Savannah and her mother Nancy right there on the screen. and so Savannah Guthrie and her sister played a game called Mock Kidnapping with their cousin, where the cousin would, commit a mock kidnapping. The details about the abduction game Savannah Guthrie and her sister used to play, you can actually hear in her own audiobook in her own words because she reads them. And they played this with their cousin when they were children. And all of that is coming to light amid the search for their missing mother, leading people to wonder, is this karma or is it actually directly tied to this situation? It was called mock kidnapping, Amy Brown said during a recent episode of the Bobby Bones show. It was something they did regularly, and her mom would play along. They would go from like Tucson to Phoenix and act like they were kidnapped. Bones jumped in to say, I'm not judging. That just sounds like a crazy coincidence. And the Today host described the game in her 2024 book, Mostly What God Does. Interesting. And again, obviously, they're still looking for tips out there. The suggestions by folks via TMZ are that this woman is in Mexico now and not in the state of Arizona. Wouldn't be hard to get from Tucson to Mexico. A lot of southern cities like that, including El Paso, are situated very closely to the border. Um, Anyway, describing this to Entertainment Now, about once a year in the same about once a year in the summertime, um, cousin Terry orchestrated a kidnapping of my sister and me. It went down like this. The cousins would visit a few days at our house in Tucson, and then on the morning they were to leave, Terry would wake us up early, shushing us in a pre dawn darkness. As we made our escape, we would all pile into her rickety station wagon and head north, she continued. The sky streaking with bright oranges and pinks, and the sun rose over the colorless desert landscape. Somewhere between Phoenix and Tucson, Terry would make a pit stop and let Annie and me call home at a payphone and say, Mom, cousin Terry kidnapped us to take us to her house. My mother would feign shock, protest how terribly she would miss us, and assure us she'd drive up to retrieve us in a few days. There you are. So the eerie revelation comes as the search for Nancy, who was taken from her home in Tucson, in Arizona on February 1. Investigators have not identified a suspect, but Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos revealed that all of the Guthrie family members have been cleared, which is not a true statement. It's not accurate at all. Just saying that they weren't suspects at this time, not that they were cleared. Um, interesting, interesting, and strange. This is a very weird situation. Let's say, let's just say, I'm not going to summon Cthulhu, Morgan King, but I am weirded out. I'm not sure if the rest of you are as well, but that's something beyond like coincidental. Could that memory have been left in other people's like past? Um, would that have like led to this kind of situation? Would it then make it permissible to take their mom? And would it be easier to fool their mother into this kind of an idea, although she was bleeding? I mean, this is very strange. And to quote from Rachel Zegler, as Cat Slave says, weird, weird indeed. Now, today, friends, it is, of course, Thursday. We have a lot going on. So today's show list is long. There are many places to go, including the M4 Empire, which is where you're automatically set to redirect from here on the YouTube side. On the Green Machine side, you can do your own self direction, but there are many places to go, including the Pro Show and Mr. H's The H Cast, which will be later today with myself and Marvin, the movie monster. So there's that. Um, on that note, we've kind of burned through the stories of the day, and I have to say a great shout out and thank you to everybody who's been here for the whole show. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow and we'll have a regular length, which means a bonus time length show on Friday. Looking forward to that. And I'm going to start making some background changes and adding some things. So make sure you're a number one, subscribe to the channel. Number two, a member. So you get access to some of these interesting things we're doing in the future. As always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others. And let me do a one last sweep to make sure we didn't miss anybody celebrating anything today and say, see ya. For real.